Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And this amendment is extremely brief to say that the definition of marijuana is anything basically that's over 0.3% THC dry weight basis. There's 115 people last year that OD'd on high-level spiked THC, specifically the Delta 8 variety. 30% of those were under the age of 5. There are folks that are selling these substances right now in Tennessee. Several of them have called me over the last couple of weeks. There was one gentleman that was explaining to me that he sells a THC product that's 100%. It was very surprising to me. I didn't even know that was scientifically possible. But according to him and what he advertises to his customers, he sells products that are 100% THC. We've never seen anything like that before. Neither have the feds, neither have anyone else, but we're seeing it all day, every day. And unfortunately, we created this problem. This is what we're talking about. One molecule off. One tiny molecule shifted from Delta 9 to Delta 8. And that's why, quite frankly, you have 115 people that are overdosing on this, is because it is extraordinarily high level. The folks that will testify today, I'm sure, will say that there are no regulations on this. I would argue that 3917-454, that is the Controlled Substance Analog statute that exists both at federal and state law, does control this. But for whatever reason, it's being sold all over Tennessee. So we must have not made it clear enough when we passed this before. This is not a naturally derived substance from cannabis. It is not. It has to be distilled down. Several folks are shaking their head yes on both sides of this argument. It has to be distilled down and put into a product. That's fine. We can have that conversation, and I'm eager to have it. In 2012, the year I was elected, there were 2,215 people that went into inpatient treatment for addiction to cannabis. 2,215. Now, if you read Facebook, you know, marijuana, cannabis, or hemp, none of them are addictive, okay? It's not true, not even remotely true. Not addictive for everyone. In 2020, 6,767 people went into inpatient treatment for addiction to cannabis. When we legalized hemp without the safety protocols that are on there, we created a major problem. That's a massive increase. And the only substance that folks go into inpatient treatment for more often than a cannabis product is opioids. It far outpaced alcohol several years ago. So that's what I'm asking committee for you to support today, is that we clear up the statute so that everyone both selling and buying this product knows what's legal and what's not, that we have clear standards on all of this so that both adults and children know exactly the experience they're getting. It is akin to what we have done in restricting alcohol, where if someone purchases a beer, they know by definition in the statutes that it's going to have a certain amount of alcohol content, a much lower level. If someone purchases pure grain alcohol, if that's still a thing, then that is a much, much higher content. But the consumer knows exactly what that is. Right now, that is not the case in our laws, unless you go to the analog statute, and all of this would already be illegal. So we just need to clean this up, and committee members, I'm looking forward to the testimony today, and I would just ask that you consider passing this bill so that we make a crystal clear standard across the state of Tennessee. Thank you.
Now voting to adopt Amendment Code 15310 on the House Bill 1927. Those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? The ayes prevail. You adopt.
This is a conversation that Leader Lamberth and I are having, and I think his remarks today really lead to where we're headed next, which is let's have this public policy debate about consumer protections, about proper labeling and proper licensing. Since from the committee that we've got the votes to pass this out of the subcommittee today, there will be extensive conversation between sub and full, but also in the full committee as well. So I don't want to discourage anybody from testifying, but this will, in all likelihood, absolutely not be your last chance. I just wanted to throw that out.